Scoreboard. Number 7, Hannah Vinegar. 20, Addison Butts. 14, Allison Carter. 23, Sydney Carter. 11, Lauren Farron. 27, Caitlin Gardner. 17, Lauren Guest. 6, Mallory Johnson. 21, Carly Payton. 2, Ellen Robinette. 3, Cecilia Robinson. 4, Gracie Shaw. 12, Kylie Hazel. 5, Ava Shaw. Number 15, Ryan Vincent. Good luck to both teams.
Okay, Joe Davis, we are live from Miami Trace High School.
I'm just glad to be live, period.
You're glad to be vertical, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
All right, so on Campus Nation, the Internet Sports Authority, Rick Phillips with Joe Davis. Joe Davis is the expert here. You're going to be calling the play-by-play. You also train volleyball officials, and you're an official, although I don't know how much anyone finds you credible.
I do.
Well, of course you do. You're the voice.
Yes.
So anyway,
I told the referee here I'd have his back tonight. Whenever he called something that was questionable, I'd always say,
you back him up?
I'm backing him up and telling him why.
Well, that's good.
But he's from Gallipolis. That's how far he had to come up here.
That is a fur piece, as they say, isn't it?
Yes. But he said it's quicker to get here than it is some places down there closer because of the highways.
Oh, I can imagine. Oh, we got a score.
Okay, I'm just going to say, we got a score right now. Greeneview got that point. It's 1-0. Allie Truman is serving, and she served, and Miami Trace brought it back over the net to the corner and in. So now we have a score of 1-1. And back to serve is Kylie Yazel for Miami Trace.
Right.
And I did check that pronunciation.
You talked with the coaches before
and the coach told me Yazel, and one of the assistant coaches, no, it's Yazel. I said, I told him, just like in a volleyball match, I'm right, you're wrong.
I'm left, you're right, Joe.
And ball is brought over the net. Greeneview hit it into the net for a point again for Miami Trace.
So tonight we have two cameras. We've got a camera up in the stands right down the net line, and then we have another camera which I'm going to be moving around as much as I can, but I'm also switching. We're not going to keep score tonight on the score bug. You're going to keep score and continue to tell people what the score is. We're in the first set of possibly 5 sets, right?
Possibly. And by Aaron at the net, but goes out of bounds. So Miami Trace got that score. Score is 5-2 on the side out, and their libero, number 23, is back to serve.
Is that her sign? Like Cancer?
Yes.
My Cancer's my sign. Libro's
Sydney Carter. She's a libero. That's better than Capricorn, which is what I am. So
we also want to remind everybody that tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by Destination Outlets, where we have the WZAA and Campus Nation studios, and sometimes you can see famous Joe Davis there.
Yes, maybe. And it was a side out to Greeneview, and there's a deep pass. Greeneview setting up. Aaron hits it in off the block, down for a point. So another point, that was Aaron Gardner. So score is now 5-4. Close game. Both are very, very good volleyball teams.
Right. Greeneview comes in 2-0.
2-0.
Trace comes in 1-0.
1-0.
I saw that match, some of it, this past Saturday when they played Waverly.
Oh, and boy, kept it alive at Greeneview side. Down, and do we have a net call? No, we did not. And point down for Miami Trace.
So Trace is serving?
Trace is serving 6-4.
6-4. Trace up in this first set of potentially 5 sets.
Right, and again, one of the teams is going to have their first loss of the season tonight. Both are coming in undefeated.
That's true, yeah. And we have a win-win, Joe.
Yes.
Because we're here.
I'm here. And the people have a win because I'm here. Not you.
Oh, Joe.
Okay. And again, Greeneview hits it into the net. And 7-4 Miami Trace. I will, if you don't give the score, I will at least give it on the side outs when it changes.
There's the broadcast, Joe.
There I am.
No, that's not you.
Oh.
You're not reffing tonight, Joe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
Oh, tip over. Played by Greeneview. Kept alive. Back over to Miami Trace side. And knocked out of bounds by Miami Trace. So we have a side out. Score 7-5 Greeneview.
So Greeneview's going to be serving.
And Erin Gardner is back to serve.
All right.
She's a tall girl. She's right at 6 foot. Tall girl.
Yep. She has to be a basketball player, too.
Must. And it looks like that ball hit the antenna.
Now, explain that. There's an antenna that's right on the line, and if
Right.
it's on the left, it's in. If it's on the right,
It's out. Or if it touches or
what
goes
if it
over
hits
the
it and
antenna.
bounces back?
If it hits that antenna, it's out. That
Okay.
antenna is out.
All right, okay.
And another point by Greeneview getting it down. Nice tip over by Allie Truman. And for those watching, if you hit the line with any part of the ball, it's in. But if it hits the antenna, it's out, just the opposite. Or goes over the antenna, as if it would have hit it if the antenna was taller, it is out.
Right.
Up, and there's a good hit down by Miami Trace. And see if I can see her number 14, Allison Carter. Nice hit down by Allison Carter. Nice kill.
Trace will be serving.
Trace is now serving. Score is 8-7. It had got up to be a tie
Everybody
score.
gets a point no matter what, right?
Everybody gets a point anymore.
Yeah.
Not like the olden days.
Right, the olden days when you were
When I was a babe. And then again, a nice back row attack by Erin Gardner and point for Greeneview. So we have a tie score again, 8-8. Told you these two teams are both equally good.
competitive is the
Yes.
word, Joe.
Nice
competitive.
Both are competitive. Oh, and the attack off the block by. Oh, somebody hit the
Net.
The net. Point was going to go to Miami Trace.
So
but somebody
essentially
was
it's
in the net.
interference, right?
Somebody touched the net before the ball hit the ground. It's against them. So 9-9 is the score on the board. No, it's 8-9. I thought that put them ahead,
All right.
but I was going by the scoreboard. And Miami Trace got that point with a tip over the block and scored it 9-9. So Greeneview did have a brief first-time lead, but now it's back tied up, 9-9. Serving for Miami Trace. Was that Kylie Hazel? It looks like number 12. They backed around already? Wow. These guys go around faster than I realize sometimes.
They are fast. They are fast.
And off the block in the back by number 17 for Miami Trace.
No, this is
No, Lauren hit off her arm.
Okay.
Lauren Guess,
so
and then Greenview's point.
Greeneview's going to be
10-9 serving, yes. And number 9 back for Greeneview. That is Chloe Call. And nice block by Greeneview. The ball over.
Oh.
And went to hit to one of her persons that went over her head, out of bounds. Miami Trace ball. And if I don't give Miami Trace's numbers and names as well, I'm on the sitting where I'm at.
You're on the home side.
I'm on the Greeneview side, which is the away side.
Well,
and
this is actually home because it's facing the Panther.
Right, but I'm saying I can't see them as well because of all the umpire and the stand and blocking. Ball hit over by Miami Trace to the back row and down. So we have a 11-10 lead by Miami Trace. And in the nice serve going. And Grace Toby hits a nice ball over the net that goes over and just straight down for a point for Greeneview. Back to serve is Allie Truman for Greeneview.
You know, the last time that we were in a Trace gym, we were in the pit. And I think we were doing probably basketball. So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Now, we've done some football games since then, particularly like if Wilmington came in or whatever.
Right.
Speaking of Wilmington and Miami Trace, we've got the game this Friday night. 6:30 is our on-air time. So come on
and watch or listen.
Right.
Oh, nice. There was while Rick was talking, there was a side out to Miami Trace.
Am I distracting you, Joe?
Yes. And there's a serve, and ball ricocheted off one of the Greeneview girls for a point. So now it's 13-11, Miami Trace. So we're halfway through this game, and it's really close. Hit. And we got a net call, evidently. Yes, we do.
So who touched?
Miami Trace.
Okay.
Number 15 is the one that touched the net. Wrong team. Riley Vincent. And gives the point back to Greeneview, 13-12. Serving for Greeneview is Emma Hasek.
And these great shots being brought to you by the Campus Nation Cams.
Eva Gardner has ended over. Looks like it was in, or they're calling it out. Changed it to a call out. The line judge didn't make a call. The referee told the referee it was out.
So, Joe, do you wear those powder blue shirts like that? When
Yes, yes. The Columbia blue is what.
Columbia?
Columbia blue.
Okay. Is that where you went to college, Joe?
Libro is serving for a live ball. It goes over. Yes, that was a good pancake. Looked like it was down, but it was a nice pancake save by Greeneview. Ball still live, both teams. Miami Trace. Now Greeneview back over. And off the block and
so
out of bounds.
Greeneview.
And now it's Greeneview point. So it's now back to 14-13. Miami Trace leads, Greeneview serving.
This is a close contest.
And Gracie.
We expected that, though.
Yeah. I'm looking at the wrong school. Claire, I said Gracie a while ago. Claire Toby. Apologize to Claire. Out of bounds. I was looking down at Miami Trace's names. I saw Gracie in the same spot. And so that was Miami Trace. So it's Claire Toby, not Gracie Toby.
Well,
her mother's the varsity coach.
So who do you think on this Wi-Fi is Guppy's phone? Guppy.
That's you, isn't it?
No, I'm not Guppy.
And serve into the net by Lauren Ferens. Now back for Greeneview is Erin Gardner. 15-14, Miami Trace leads.
Still in the first set.
And Ball off the block, out of bounds, so it's tied up, 15-15.
And still Greeneview-ish serving.
Greeneview is still serving. Aaron Gardner. Had a nice, fairly hard hit that went just over the net and straight down. Hard to play back. And there's one that was picked up. Blocked and underneath the net by Miami Trace. So, again, point for Greeneview. That makes the score 16-15.
The Rams are on the run.
The Rams are on the run. I didn't say it, people. So we got a timeout with 16-15 to score for Greeneview.
So once again, we're going to thank Destination Outlets in Jeffersonville, Ohio for supporting local radio. Destination Outlets is premium brands with designer fashions, kids' clothing, and homewares. They have an array of food options from fast food to the Crave sit-down restaurant inside launch. Their pet-friendly property also includes a dog park. Destination Outlets is open Sunday 11 a.m. until 6 p.m., Monday through Saturday 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. The website address is destinationoutlets.com. Destination Outlets, shop, eat, and play in Jeffersonville, Ohio.
Just saw something on the internet today. It says now they're starting their fall times or something like that.
They will be. I don't think
is that maybe September 1st or
probably into September, I would imagine.
Okay.
And I'll have to redo because we run this same ad
right
at the top of the hour on our station WZAA.
That's why I mentioned because I didn't know when that break was going to be, but I saw the thing warning people.
No one ever tells me anything
at
at Destination Outlets where we have our studios, Joe.
I know it.
Never.
Good reading.
All
right, here goes the serve by Greeneview. And again, ricochet off of a Miami Trace player.
Another point.
Out of bounds, so now Greeneview has a 17-15 lead.
And Saturday, when Trace beat Waverly, they won all 3 sets straight. So this is monumental. If they lose this first set, this will be the first set of the season.
Oh, that's right. And again, same player, ricochets off, goes out of bounds, and Aaron Gardner gets another ace. 18-15, biggest lead of the night, I believe, for Greeneview now. This has went back and forth all night so far. Nice serve. Here comes the ball back over, and it's long.
Oh, another point.
So another point, 19-15.
Now, explain the point system.
What do you mean?
What do you have to get to first? By 2.
25.
In the first set, the second set.
25.
25.
The first 4 set scores, you got to get to 25 and win by 2.
And then the last set?
15. Again, win by 2.
See, the reason I ask you that, Joe, is our guests want to know, our fans. And I knew that.
Is it in or out? It was out. Okay. Didn't see anybody give the signal, but it was out by the touch over by Greeneview, and Miami Trace has the serve.
Trace will be serving.
And Allison Carter serving. Nice serve over to the back row. Greeneview returning. Again, nice play in the back by Miami Trace. And 4 hits for Miami Trace.
You're only out 3.
And you're out 3, so point back to Greeneview. 20-16 is the lead for Greeneview. Number 1, Bailey Bloom is serving. She's a sophomore on the varsity. And nice play by Miami Trace. Back over to Greeneview. Block. Back to Miami Trace. Touch over. Back to Miami Trace. Again over and in the middle and on the ground. Miami Trace gets the score. Score is now 17-20.
So for everyone's information, we are following both these teams this year on Campus Nation in volleyball and football. So this week we've got Wilmington at Miami Trace. Next week I think we've got a Greeneview game.
Right. And ball out of bounds off Greeneview. Score now 18-20. And I'm trying to play middle of the road here. I'm not rooting for Miami Trace, not rooting for Greeneview. But in the future, I'm rooting for
the home
team. I'm rooting for the home team.
Oh, you are?
When we're doing a home game for either one of these schools.
Okay.
I think they touched the net on that ball. They tapped it over, but hit the net as they did. Tried to set the ball over, and Greeneview got the score, making it 21-18. We got another sub coming in as Claire Toby comes back in the game. Number 9 is serving, which is Chloe Call. Over the Greeneview side, hit over and saved, but not back over the net, unfortunately. It was saved off the ground. Good pickup, but point went to Greeneview. Score is now 22-18. We have a timeout. Score 22-18. Greeneview is over Miami Trace in this first set.
And we've got the static for Friday night football. This Friday night at 6:30, Campus Nation will have Miami Trace hosting Wilmington.
Yep.
Live from Miami Trace's football field. Great stadium, complete redo.
Oh, beautiful stadium.
Yeah, complete redo. And we will be live starting at 6:30, our broadcast. I think the game gets underway at 7 o'clock. And we are excited to be bringing you that event.
Are you guys coming to the football game Friday night? We'll be doing play-by-play for the Miami Trace football that night. All right. Greeneview back. Chloe Call back to serve. And here comes Miami Trace. Hit back over in the empty spot for point. It is now 19, Miami Trace 22, Greeneview.
So the Panthers are not giving up. They're fighting back.
No, these are two very good volleyball teams.
Right, you got two of the better teams in the whole area going against each other tonight. Second game of the season for Trace, the third game of the season for, did we give the scores of those games previous?
No. And a block and ball down on for Miami Trace. They get a point, so it's now 20-22.
So the Greeneview Rams are in the Ohio Heritage South. They are 2-0. They beat Madison Plains 3-2. They beat Clinton Lassie 3-0. And the Panthers, they're in the Frontier Athletic League. They're 1-0. They beat Waverly 3-0. I watched part of that this past Saturday.
And we got a serve, and now back over to Miami Trace, and she taps the ball in the middle of the girls and gets another point. Miami Trace is back 21-22 after being down 4 points, now down 1. And now Greeneview calls a timeout with Miami Trace trailing by 1, 21-22. We have a ball game here, people.
Yes, we do. Now, answer me this, Joe.
You hit me.
Is this a game or is this a match?
Game and match are the same. This is a set.
No. This whole event, is this a match?
The whole game is a match.
So there's no game, it's a match.
You can call it a game, you can call it a match, but it is a match.
I'm glad you answered that so completely, Joe.
I just said each one is a set.
What do I have?
Set 1, set 2, set 3, set 5 sets that make up a game or a match, and we call it a match.
I don't know why I have you around. How long have we been working together? Like 12 years?
Too long. Block and point for Miami Trace. And we have a tie game. First team to 3 wins this game. 22-22.
First to 3.
We're going to 25.
Oh, okay.
So each
but you have to win by 2, don't you?
Well, yes.
Yes, of
course.
First
team to 25 as long as they're ahead by 2.
Do I have to explain all this to you, Joe?
Oh, and that was that 4 hits? I'm not sure, but it's
Trace's point.
The first hit didn't get over the net and blocked into our Greeneview girl, and now Miami Trace is back serving with a 1-point lead, 23-22.
Just 2 points away if they can hold this.
And Cecilia Robinson with the serve. Greeneview Miami Trace off the net, Greeneview side. And a score for Greeneview by Allie Truman.
Did I say we were going into overtime, Joe?
No, you did not. We are at 23-23.
I can't help myself.
2 points. So if Greeneview, to keep the score, Greeneview needs to win the next 2 points to win by 2. Nice play by both teams here off the side. And again, aim for the middle of the circle and gets point for Miami Trace there at game point. When players play, they end up making a circle. And if you hit the middle of that circle, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get the point.
All right, so this is an important point here.
Yep. And nice set over, and it's out. And Miami Trace wins the game 25-23 after
close?
trailing by 4 late in the game.
That is
That
close.
is a close game. I think we're going to have all 4 games. We're going to go at least 4 games now. Well, we don't have to go to 4. We
You
can
see
go
what
3
we got on
Miami
here,
Trace.
Joe?
Ohio State.
Yeah.
The voice of Ohio State football.
That's right. We do Ohio State Club football. We're going to do Wright State Club
Wright State.
football this year. So we've got
Football.
Ohio State, we got Wright State, we've got college football games all over the state of Ohio.
All over the state.
Up north,
Even
northeast.
Pittsburgh. We got a game in Pittsburgh.
Well, I don't think
Geneva's in Pittsburgh.
I don't think we're actually going to do. We're going to do that West Virginia game now. I think it's still it's
that's
back
right.
on the schedule.
Muskegum.
Yes,
I know the bowling coach at Muskegum.
I think that's Baldwin Wallace is going to go to Muskegum. So I think we're talking to them about it. But yes, we do Ohio State hockey. We do football. They've been national champions 2 out of the last 3 years, and we've watched that famous team. They're in a rebuilding year, so it'll be interesting to see.
It'll be interesting what they've got. But they've got several of their key
just how well they do.
lost 2 of their biggest key players. They had a player that was their running back and a defensive safety for their team.
Right.
And then he graduated. And then their quarterback, who was an outstanding quarterback, who was going to try to make a major league squad. I don't think he did, but he was going to see if he couldn't get drafted or get picked up by somebody.
Right.
So he may be playing for the XFL or something. If we really watched all the XFL teams, or and see their roster and see his name's on there.
We have a nice crowd tonight.
We have a nice crowd tonight because I think normally when I'm here, that side's not even pulled out. It's just
no,
this
I mean
side.
we have a nice crowd because they see you as a ref and
yes.
they're not throwing anything
They're not
at
throwing
us.
anything
I
at
was
us.
worried about tomatoes and potatoes and all kinds of stuff.
Having fun? 2 more games? Always.
So Trace takes the first set. We're going into the
Rick's
second.
calling for 5 games tonight. That's what he says. Yeah,
I get paid by the hour.
and I don't.
I'll give you an extra cheeseburger tonight, Joe.
Oh, man. Yeah, if you think I make big money from this, I get a Big Mac or a cheeseburger after the game. That's
And he's not kidding, folks. The only thing that he might be kidding about is if he gets anything after the game.
yes, yes.
Oh, gosh. All right, we're getting ready to start set 2. Could this be a 5-game match, Joe?
5-game match.
Yeah, 5-set match. You know what I mean, Joe. I've had a long day. I was here at Miami Trace at 10 a.m. I was in the press box. We were going over the stuff for football. Then we came in here to the
That's
gym.
why they hate you over here.
Probably.
You're over here too much.
That might be.
All right, Greeneview back for the serve. Allie Truman is going to be the first server for Greeneview, and here we go. Ball's over the net. And a hit out of bounds by Miami Trace. Ball going catty corner over the side, and that's the shortest spot to go, from point of hit to point of out of bounds.
Okay, if you
Point
say so.
Greeneview, and now Miami Trace is setting back up. And again, another long hit
That's
out
out.
of bounds. So we have the first 2 points of this game going to Greeneview. But don't let that fool you, people. This is going to be
Back and forth
back
like
and
the
forth
other.
the whole game here. And Miami Trace blocked it back over the net. off a Greeneview girl, out of bounds. So they get their first point of this match, or this set, or this game. And Greeneview hits off the block, down for a point, 3-1 Greeneview. With Emma Hassett going back to serve. Number 11 for Greeneview. Oh, and serve over to the back row. She hit to the front row where nobody was, and the ball ricocheted off the setter as she played the ball out of bounds. And a quick timeout for Miami Trace. He does not want to get a big deficit to Greeneview because he knows how well they play. Let's stop this right now.
All these festivities being brought to you by Destination Outlets in Jeffersonville, Ohio. And that is where our studios of WZAA and Campus Nation are located. Destination Outlets, shop, eat, and play in Jeffersonville, Ohio.
Bye, girls.
And you've already played in Jefferson. You've been to launch, Joe. You've taken your grandson.
I've been to launch. I've taken my grandson
That's
to launch.
Right.
Spent my money.
Yes, hard-earned money that you don't make.
That's it. I've even tried the bowl there, but my knee wouldn't let me.
So it's 4-1 visitors. The Rams are up by 3 here in this second set of play.
Emma Hassett still serving. Over the net, back row. Set over the net, and it's still alive. Good play by Greeneview. And in, nice hit back over by, I think, I couldn't tell numbers again. I'm on this side, so it could have been Kylie Yazel that set that back over. Ball hit just inside on the side for Miami Trace. Now score is 4-2 Greeneview.
I like when they're low to the net.
And ball ricocheted off Yazel out of bounds, and point goes again to Greeneview. Watch, I don't say Greenfield.
I know, they're up 5-2 here in the second set. Campus Nation, the Internet Sports Authority, Joe Davis, Rick Phillips here, bringing it to you live and in color.
And in color. And off the block and down for Miami Trace. Score now 5-3. It's funny, I watch a lot of the older game shows and stuff on TV, and they'll go, and you've just won a color television. I mean, today you just say to somebody, hey, I need to buy a television. You don't say I need to buy a color television.
Well, it could be blue or pink or whatever.
Right.
I don't know.
And, oh, nice pickup by Greeneview. I thought Miami Trace had a score there. And saved again by Miami Trace. Or, excuse me, by Greeneview. And touch and down. Miami Trace finally, after hard-earned points. I mean, they looked like they had a point twice before that. And Greeneview made a great save, keeping the ball alive. But Miami Trace finally got the point. And serving for Miami Trace is Sydney Carter, the libero, and behind 4-5. And she serves into the net, putting Greeneview back ahead 6-4. By the way, I say libero. If you go to the college, if you go to the games, you'll hear all the players and the coaches saying libero. But
Libero?
But the correct pronunciation is libero.
Oh. Beautiful picture from Miami Trace.
Campus more Nation always. If it showed me, but
well, we could bring a camera in to do your picture, Joe.
Right. And tap down, inbounds, and point for Greeneview with a 7-4 lead.
Nobody does high school, college sports better than Campus Nation.
That's right. Aaron back to serve for Greeneview. Ball's out of bounds. I didn't have to touch it. I went right over there.
I know.
I was all ready to play it.
You were so fast.
I was right there ready, but it hit the stands and went ricocheted back out. Aaron Gardner still serving. 8-4 lead for Greeneview. And nice hit, and I think it hit the line, and
So it would count.
she said the line judge said out.
Oh, okay.
Line judge said out.
So a point for the Rams.
Did your camera have it?
Probably, but I'm not going to comment on it.
It was close.
Very close.
Greeneview gets the point, 9-4. Set 1, 2, 3. Over to Greeneview. Oh, that's a double, but not called. And point goes to Greeneview. They have a 10-4 lead, up to 6 points.
Rams are on the run. We get a timeout? No, I guess.
Came back 4 points on it. I tell you what, you dig too big a hole against this team, you're not going to be able to come back.
No.
That ball was short. Here goes. Does it make it over? Yes. Greeneview got the ball set. Tapped back over to Miami Trace. And blocked by Miami Trace. Or by Greeneview, excuse me. Greeneview. And nobody set up, and everybody backed up to let somebody play the ball, and nobody played the ball.
Nobody played the ball.
So the ball goes to Miami Trace, and the score is now 5-10. Greeneview lead.
So the Panthers will be serving. Down by
and she hit a low serve into the net.
Oh, I hate when you do that, don't you?
I always tell them, new rule this year, girls, it's got to go over the net. Okay, Bailey Bloom back to serve for Greeneview, leading 11-5. Play over the net. And, nice block, but saved by Greeneview, and it's still saved by Miami Trace. Ball coming back over the net to Greeneview, and knocked down. Point, Miami Trace. Good play that time. Ball, Miami Trace trails 11-6 now.
Think what you want to say, Joe, before you say it.
Well, I gotta, I keep thinking who's behind, who's ahead when I say that.
Who's on first? Who's on second?
Okay, for Miami Trace, Allison Carter serves. Ball hit over and down. Point
Kill
by Greeneview. By Bailey Bloom, gets the attack on that.
Now that is a volleyball name, Bailey Bloom.
Yes. And number 9, Chloe Call back to serve. 2, here comes the serve over by Miami Trace. And serve back, Miami Trace. Greeneview has it. Hit down by Allie Truman. Has the attack on that.
So is it just my imagination, after doing this for 12 years, do these kids look like they're getting younger?
Yes, to me they do, yes. And point by Miami Trace. Serve over and nice attack by, I believe that was by Kylie Yazel. It's funny because like when I was in high school as a freshman, I always thought the seniors looked so old.
Right.
And now I looked at it, the seniors look like they're
Well, I mean,
little tiny kids.
When we were freshmen, the seniors were actually wrinkly, I think.
Yeah. And ball hit long by Greeneview, and Miami Trace gets the point, and it is 13-8, Greeneview leading. Still a 5-point lead by Greeneview. And ace by Lauren Guess.
So an ace by Trace, and they're
Ace
making
by
their way
Trace.
back.
Yes, an ace by Trace. Down by 4, and she serves into the net.
That's the second
which
straight.
Makes it by 5. I hate seeing girls. I mean, you're behind, especially serving. When the other team doesn't have to do anything to get that point.
Right.
If you're behind, make them earn it. If they're going to get to the point, make them earn it. And here comes the point over, score over blocked by Greeneview and knocked down, point for Greeneview.
They've got some tall girls over
Yes,
here. Look at this. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I used to think her daughter was really tall, number 5 in the middle, but 24 and 2 I think are taller than her.
Right, yeah, very tall.
Allie Truman serving. She's also 6 foot. And ball being attacked by both sides. Miami Trace touches and gets the point. Just nicks it over the net, falls down, touched by Greeneview but not brought up. So it's 15-10. Greeneview leads. Miami Trace serving. Cecilia Robinson.
So let's see if they can get one over the net this time.
Come on, girls.
Don't give it up. Nothing easy.
Yes, nice deep set or serve. And tried to be touched by Greeneview, but couldn't get it over the net. And point goes to Miami Trace, 11-15. By the way, to answer your question a while ago, each game, or each thing out here is a match.
Right.
The whole thing is a game.
Okay, there you go. Now that's what I was asking, Joe. It took you all this time to figure it out.
I was being evasive for you.
Evasive, yes. That's
Let's see, it's like this. No, I take it back. Each one is a game. The whole thing is a match. Because at the end of this game, it's 24, 23, 20, or 24 points. We're saying game point. But when it's the end, if the team ahead is going to win the whole thing, it's match point.
Okay, all right.
So it's the whole thing is match.
It's like tennis.
So
or pickleball.
Each one's a set or a game. And point out for Miami Trace. Nice hit down, attack. Ball goes out of bounds off the block. And point for Miami Trace. 12-16. Miami Trace trails. But each game.
How many minutes are there between sets?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
And a nice hard hit down by Greeneview by Aaron Gardner for point for Greeneview. Back up by 5. 12-17. I tell you what, they got that quick lead, and it's been like close ever since, but they're staying on that lead right there, 4 or 5 points.
Right.
Claire Toby serving. Point to Miami Trace. And ball down. Nice hit.
Did it catch the corner?
It caught the corner over here.
So Trace got the point?
Trace got the point. 17-13. Back to 4.
They still have plenty of time to catch up.
And back to serve is the libero, Sydney Carter. And ball tipped over the net by Greeneview. Point. Ball was in.
That was an easy one.
That was a nice, just over
dink?
the block.
Is that a dink?
That's a dink.
Okay.
A little dink.
Why do I have to tell you this stuff, Joe? You're supposed to be the official.
Dink, doink. You're the collar guy. You're supposed to be feeding in that stuff.
Oh, is that it?
Yes. Aaron back to serve again. Boy, she just served a minute ago, it seemed like. All right. Set over by Greeneview. Attacked out of bounds by Miami Trace. Lauren Ferrens, and ball out, and is now 19-13, 16-point lead. And I tell you what, when you get to 20 points, if you've got over a 5-point lead, it's very hard for a team to come back.
So we got a timeout here.
Timeout, 19-13. Miami Trace trails Greeneview.
Want to remind you this Friday night, we've got the Wilmington Hurricane coming into Trace's stadium to face the Panthers. Panthers are 1-0. The Hurricane are 1-0. So we've got 2 undefeated teams, as we do tonight, coming in to play football.
And I think Wilmington won their game 28-8 the other day.
I thought they were in the, well, maybe that was Massey that won 38-8.
Yes, that was 30. Wilmington won 28-8.
Right.
It was 28-0, and the other team scored in the fourth quarter to get their only score. And went for 2 and got 2.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the Rams are ready to serve here.
Again, Aaron Gardner back to serve.
You get camera shots like no other on Campus Nation.
Nice serve over. Here comes the play by Miami Trace. Tap to the middle. And ball was tapped over by Greeneview, but blocked out of bounds by Miami Trace. So it's now 20-13, 7-point lead. They've got to get 12 points to
Tied
Miami,
up.
to Greeneview's 5 to win.
Right.
Oh, that was not called. Again, I don't think that was a double. That was just a spin. And a nice attack
Oh, nice.
by Yazel for Miami Trace. She's been, seems like when
Spark plug?
when I've been able to see the numbers, because again, I'm on this side, I'm blocked a lot of times by the referee stand.
Did you train either one of these referees?
No, like I said, he's from Gallipolis, and I don't know where she's from, but I got a feeling she's maybe down that way too, because the assigners.
I thought I've seen her before at a volleyball
I've never
match.
seen her that I'm aware
Maybe
of.
at Wilmington.
And nice pickup by Greeneview. Nice touch over by me. Trace and scored.
Oh, yes.
15-20. They're back within 5. They were 7, now 5. They're inching their way back. If they're going to make a comeback,
This is the time.
this is the time. You know, you don't get 1 or 2 points and give it back to the other team. You got to score.
So don't hit it into the net, please.
Right. Yazel serving. And double hit by Greeneview by Allie Truman. She tried to tap it over, hit the net, bounce back to her. She hit it again. That's a double hit. And point goes to Miami Trace. Now trails only by 4. And
On the net.
serves into the net. You cannot do that when you are trailing at this point of the game.
Trace has given him 3 easy points.
Yes.
Non-contested.
So now it's 21-16. They're 5 points down, but the other team only needs 4 to win. Here goes the serve over by Bailey Bloom. She's the setter. And number 9.
Didn't go over.
Chloe Call tried to like attack the ball down, but when you're not taller than the net, you cannot hit the ball down. You just got to go over the net.
That makes sense. Joe, you're so astute. I don't know how you where'd you come up with these
I tell you.
gems? These are gems,
These are
absolute gems.
Well, I'm in a gym, so. And served by Miami Trace. Ball brought back over by Greeneview. And ball hit into the net. Miami Trace is back within 3.
Yeah.
21-18. Do not serve into the net. Get points over. If they're going to get a point, make Greeneview earn this point. Do not give it to them. Ball cleared the net. Boy, almost. Miami Trace got the ball. Set. Attack, blocked down. Set. Brought back over. It's out of bounds. And Greeneview gets that point. 22-18. 3 points from victory. Miami Trace is 7 points to win the game from where they are to get 25. And the ball was hit into the back row. The serve brought back up to the front row, but the opposite side is the setter. She got to it, but just nicked it and could not knock it back over or up to a teammate. Now Greeneview leads 23-18. Chloe Call back to serve for Greeneview. Ball attacked by Miami Trace, saved by Greeneview. Hit back over, set, blocked. Set by Miami Trace, tapped over, and
tricky.
Not hit well by Mike Greeneview, and got a lift on that, and point to Miami Trace, trailing by 4, 19-23. They're 6 from 25, where Greeneview's only 2 from 25. They do need these points tremendously. A side out will give them game point, so they need to score. Oh,
wrong way.
Again, ball tapped between three girls, and everybody stared, and finally one girl tried to hit it, and too late, giving game point to Greeneview. Allie Truman back to serve.
So Truman serving for match?
For
Set.
Game. Set. Yeah, for set. And Miami Trace gets the point, so it's 20-24. They're back within 4. I mean, they came back to 4 last time, but not
gotta
this
win
late.
by 2. Gotta win by 2.
So they've got to get more than 4 to take the lead, but 5 to win. Ball over. Set by Greeneview. Attacked by Aaron. Ball's in. Point. Win. Game.
So we're all tied up after 2 sets. 1-1.
1-1.
Am I a predictor or what,
You
Joe?
are. Because see what they say in volleyball is game, set, match. Match is the
They say that in tennis, too.
Oh, do they really?
And they say that in pickleball, Joe.
Pickleball?
Yeah, pickleball.
I don't know the rules of pickleball.
Pickleball's the same as tennis almost. The same as, Now, they don't say that in lacrosse.
But we are guaranteed one thing right now. 4 games.
4 games. Okay. We are here. They don't call this the pit, do they? There's no pit anymore, right?
No.
This is too nice to be the pit, right?
Well, the pit also, you had the AD office and everything up above looking down, but this is all same flat level, so you're not in a down pit.
Well, let me tell you, this is one of the finest high school campuses I have ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
We have been all over the 5 states, and this is by far.
I mean, there's probably people are going to say, "Oh, you've never been here. You've never been."
Well,
yes,
of course,
there are places that have very good, but for this area especially, there's none better.
Well, I mean, in fact, if you look at some small Division III schools, this is as good as a Division III college school.
Right.
Yeah. All the technology you'd want.
I mean, between the school being very nice and the football stadium just tremendously nice.
And we have watched
the
our share
volleyball
of
here.
football.
And, I mean, the only football stadium I know that's really nicer is probably the team up above Troy, Piqua. Piqua's got a
very nice stadium.
college stadium.
And I've got an intern from Wilmington College that runs the Piqua public television station.
Right.
And he runs all that stuff right out of Piqua High School.
I mean, their scoreboard.
I've been all over that place. A.J. Ganger is his name, and he is the big chief there at Piqua.
If you've never been by, you don't have to go in. You can drive by on 71 or close to a Piqua, and you can look over at their football stadium. You might have to get off the interstate, but their football stadium scoreboard looks better than most college.
Oh, for sure. And Trace is right behind that.
Yes.
Trace has got a great scoreboard, too. Plus, they've got a nice scoreboard or digital scoreboard. Not a digital scoreboard, a message board.
Yeah.
Right here in the gym.
Yes. Very nice for inside the gymnasium.
And we're still waiting for the track to be named after you at Wilmington, Joe.
Yes, we're still waiting.
They don't have a track yet, do they?
The minor, I used to be the Wilmington Middle School track coach. All of my ex-track players are now having kids, and it's like, man, you guys are making me feel old.
What do you? Hey, I coached baseball, not whole, for about 7 years, and the AD over at Clinton Massey was one of my pitchers.
And
so what does that make you think about feeling old?
And that was back when they had to play with wooden bats too.
And they had those leather helmets for baseball.
And I coached. I didn't catch it. I coached basketball at Clinton Massey, and I coached bowling at both Wilmington and East Clinton. Started East Clinton bowling team, and coached them for 5 years before I retired. When I retired from my job, I retired, and except for Rick makes me do this play-by-play stuff.
I make you, I make you. Rick, do we have a game? Rick, do we have a game?
And we're up to the next game. And point for Miami Trace. Serve and point by Miami Trace. Let me see who served that ball. I think it's number 3. Cecilia Robinson served the first point of the game for Miami Trace. I tell you, it seems like whoever serves first gets the game.
Just about.
And ball served out that time. Again, that's almost like hitting in the net.
Into the net, right? Yeah.
You know, you don't make. They do have a chance of maybe touching that ball if it comes over, but
what you're trying to do is make them play the ball.
Make them play the ball.
Yes.
Allie Truman serve. Ball come over by me. Trace. Set by Greeneview. Ball over the net. Saved by Miami Trace. Attacked by Yezel, and a nice hard hit. Again, when she's the left hitter for Miami Trace, and when she hits that ball hard, she's hard to play the ball back. It's,
right.
It's usually a point, yes. Miami Trace has a 2-1 early lead. And Aaron serves the ball long. Aaron Gardner serves the ball long for Greeneview, and it is now 3-1 Miami Trace. See, when they serve, they can come out quickly on those points, it seems like, for some reason. And Aaron gets the ball over, back over to inside by Yezel. Ball tapped into the middle of the circle for by Greeneview into Miami Trace, and point by Greeneview.
Okay. I thought you said Wilmington there.
Again, by circle, I mean when the girls are playing the net and then the back row, and everybody seems to be in a circle around this area, hit the middle of that target, and usually you get a point because everybody backs up. And put ball down, point by Miami Trace.
They've come alive this
the third game.
Yeah.
4-2, Miami Trace leads. Last game, they were down like 6-1 at this point, you know, so big difference.
Right.
Block by Miami Trace. Tapped over block. Back to Miami Trace. Tapped over. Greeneview playing the ball. Set. Attack by Aaron. Ball back to the back row. Up. Greeneview third play over. Oh, she went up to tap it down, but got the net. Lauren Guest tapped the ball down, but her forearm got the net.
So, violation.
4-3 lead for Miami Trace. And Claire Toby back to serve for Greeneview. Ball saved, tapped. Miami Trace side, brought back over. Greeneview brought to the front row, saved, set, and point. I believe Aaron Gardner got that point. She's now back to serve. Nope, she hands it back off to.
It's hard to beat that height.
It is.
Greeneview definitely has the height over Trace.
Toby serves, saved by Miami Trace. Ball hit the net, went straight down, but saved. Ball attacked, hit the net. Did it go out of bounds? I don't see anybody calling it. And the line judge calls it down. She never called anything, and finally she called it down.
For Greeneview.
I think. After she calls it, she looks up in the stands with like, was I wrong?
Give me some help here, folks. Please.
I don't like to pick on. It's hard to be a line judge as a parent to get out there, so.
Yeah. It's in with hard to be a ref.
And saved by Greeneview,
almost,
but
she did
knocked out of bounds.
She did the splits and still hit that.
Yeah. Allie Truman saved the ball, got it up, but as it went up, it hit the antenna on the left side of the net.
And that's how they get WZAA here. From the antennas.
The antennas. It is tie game right now, 5-5. Greeneview over, set, brought back, and blocked at the net by Aaron Gardner, point for Greeneview, 6-5 lead. That serve was by Hannah Binniger for Miami Trace. Erin Gardner now back to serve. Ball over the net. Brought over, but it's going to go out of bounds. Point for Greeneview.
You didn't bring your the Campus Nation WZAA girls volleyball schedule with you, did you?
In my car.
I know that we had to cancel the one on the 28th because we had a football game we didn't realize we had scheduled.
Okay.
So I think the next volleyball is at Greeneview.
It could be.
Yeah.
This ball was served over and hit, but under the net for Miami Trace. Point for Greeneview, 8-5 lead. Erin Gardner back to serve. Hard serve, nicks the net. And set, tapped over, and kept alive by Miami Trace, and brought over and saved up in the air by Greeneview.
I was getting dizzy there,
and, Joe. And number 13, Kennedy Cummings, but everybody backed up and nobody played the ball. And she did a good job of saving it, but everybody packed up expecting somebody else to play the ball. All right. Allison Carter serves. Ball's over the net. Back to Miami Trace. Saved up. Over to Miami Trace again. Back row coming up forward. Again, back row brought up front by Greeneview. Tapped over. Touch number 12. And out of bounds. Up by Kylie Yazel, but out of bounds. Point Greeneview. 6-9 lead by Greeneview at this time.
So the Rams are pulling away a little here.
And the ball tapped out of bounds, but saved by Greeneview. Brought back. Here's the attack by Greeneview over the net. Oh, number Allie
missed it.
She went up again. She went up to play the ball, and as she tapped it, she tried to jerk it straight down.
I thought there was a hole in her
When
hand.
you're on this side of the net, you can't pull the ball down if you're not over the net.
Mm-hmm.
And a serve over the net, blocked in the back row, up toward the front. Nobody there to play the ball. And point for Miami Trace. Served by number 23, Sydney Carter. She's serving again. She's the libero. Serve, brought back over to Miami Trace side. Hit over, saved by Greeneview. Off the block.
Oh, right there.
Nice attack by Allie.
Watching high school girls volleyball live from Miami Trace, the gym here. Fantastic facility. Greeneview Rams and Miami Trace Panthers battling it out here.
Chloe Kalk serving. Tapped over to Greeneview. Attack hard. Brought back up. Blocked.
Oh, nice.
And point for,
they
net.
called it?
They called a net. The down ref called a net. Ball went down Greeneview's side, but the down ref called
She looked a little sheepish there, like, well, did I touch the net or didn't?
Well, they bring it, and then sometimes you hit the bottom of the net. If the net is touched before the ball hits the ground, it is a violation.
So?
And at our location where we're sitting, I can't always see that.
11-8, the Rams lead.
Oh,
that was a
very
miss
bad
hit.
serve. Yes, that was a miss hit. She got it only with light fingers, and it didn't go very far. So now point. Score is 9-11. Is there a meaning to that, Rick?
Well, that will be the first day of our new morning show on WZAA.
9-11? Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. We will have a moment of silence.
I'm sleeping in on that day.
We will
sorry.
have a moment of silence, Joe.
And back and out of bounds off Miami Trace. Makes it 9-12. I always tell them when the score is 9-11, it's bad news, but when it's 11-9, that's good news. That's the opposite. 11-9 is the opposite of 9-11, so that's good news. Someone calling you?
Yeah, spam.
I was going to say nobody else calls you.
I know.
Call you. Oh, ball brought over. One-handed hit by Greeneview and off her hand, out of bounds. Point. Miami Trace.
We were going to start the morning show after Labor Day, but we thought since we're doing it 5 days a week, we're not going to confuse anyone. We're going to start on a Monday, so it's 9/11.
Well, you don't want to start on 9/11, so why don't you just start on 9/18?
Because I've got all these people chomping at the bit wanting to start the morning show again. As many as 30,000 views.
I don't know many people telling me they want the morning show.
Joe, that's because no one wants to see your face.
Oh. And that includes me that early in the morning.
I'm interesting.
Brought back over, blocked by Miami Trace, back over to Miami Trace side. Blocked by Greeneview. Ball in the air, out of bounds off Miami Trace. Point. Greeneview, score 11, Miami Trace 13, Greeneview. We're about halfway through this set.
Third set.
And Greeneview has a 2-point lead. Again, this is very similar to the very first game. I remember saying halfway through, and I think it was 13-11. Very close, but it could have been the other way around. I'm not sure. But all three of these games are very close.
Yes, they have been hotly contested. And we expected that coming in, both teams undefeated and a tradition of good girls volleyball.
Riley Vincent serving, got a point, serving second time, and Greeneview hits off the net. They did not call for. The down ref did, but the upper ref letting play. And that's going to be a bad hit. Oh, wait a minute. Net call on I thought it was off of Greeneview, hit the net, but they called Miami Trace into the net.
Everybody seems a little shocked on the Trace side.
Well, she went up to save the ball. She hit it with her fist. I thought maybe her fist touched the net as she saved it. Again, not be able to see Miami Trace side. I didn't see anybody there, but it could have been.
Right.
And score 14-12. Greeneview hits it back to Miami Trace side, brought it to the front. Attacked over, blocked, but blocked out of bounds off Greeneview. 13-14. Greeneview leads. And we have another player entering the game for for Greeneview. Kennedy Cummings into the game. And
Panthers are serving.
Hannah Benninger back to serve for the Panthers. And in case I didn't mention it earlier, Greeneview's coached by Jan Toby, and Miami Trace is coached by Doug Mace.
Doug is a legend.
A legend.
A legend. Almost like you, Joe.
Almost.
Only he really is.
Yeah. I'm a legend in my own mind.
That's right. That's right.
And ball's over but out. Point Miami Trace. The ball, whenever it goes close to the line and down, there's no indication if it's in or out for a while, and don't know.
All tied up here.
Tied up, 14-14, and a serve into the net.
I would be pulling what hair I have out of my head.
That. Make the other team earn that ball. Don't give it to them. That gives Greeneview a point lead, 15-14. Erin Gardner back to serve. Upset, attacked or touched. Point, Greeneview, yes. I say touch, but I don't know if the referees say it.
So the Rams are up by 2.
Rams are up by 2, 16-14. Again, like I said, the later you get in the game, the more you want to not let a team get too far ahead of you.
Right. But you do have to win by 2, too.
You got to win by 2.
Also.
Off the net into Miami Trace side. Greeneview set. Off the net again. Off of Miami Trace, out of bounds. Point for Greeneview with a 3-point lead. And I tell you what, for those old people that are, I don't mean old people, old watchers of volleyball that know the old rules, if the ball is served and hits the net, it's playable.
Right.
Used to be, if it touched the net, it was automatically a dead ball out. Now it's playable. You can hit the net and fall down on the other side, and it's a point. So if I say off the net on the serve, it's still a playable ball. When I first started playing or refereeing volleyball, that was a violation. But we know that was an eon ago.
Yeah.
And blocked by Miami Trace. Nice block by Lauren Guess, and point for Miami Trace. Back to serve, Allison Carter for Miami Trace. Trailing by 2, 17-15. Do not serve into the net. Good serve. Back row attack. Miami Trace side, attack, blocked. And touched by Miami Trace over. Miami Trace
all right.
brings the ball
Look at
down
that.
and point.
She hits it where there is no one.
Hit it where they're not. That's what my dad always said when you're playing baseball. Hit it where they're not. 17-16. Greeneview calls timeout. I think so. Or I'm not sure. Yeah, I think they did. You know, they're not behind, but I think they called the time because Miami Trace back up within 1. 17-16. Miami Trace has the ball, 1 point down. Greeneview calls a timeout, wanting to stop the bleeding.
This girls volleyball contest being brought to you by Destination Outlets in Jeffersonville, Ohio. Shop, eat, and play there. Destination Outlets, the home to the WZAA 106.9 LPFM studios, and also to Campus Nation.
Or you can take your spouse over, let her shop while you sit on the bench and just enjoy the scenery of the area.
You don't have a spouse. I don't have a spouse.
So I don't go over and sit on the bench like you do.
I sit on the bench.
I did once because Rick made me.
I made you. Yeah, that was me. I made Joe sit on the bench.
If I'd have sat on the bench today, I'd have melted.
Oh, the last couple of days it's been hot.
But I don't complain because I hate winter.
When
I think of how hot, when someone says, man, it's hot, I go, yes, but think about how cold the winters is. All right, back to serve. Allison Carter. Nice serve to the back row. Set. Hit over and under the net by Miami Trace. Point to Greeneview. We're back up to a 2-point lead, 18-16. Back to serve for Greeneview is Bailey Bloom, the name you like. Hit the net, fell over, but played by Miami Trace. Ball up, set. Tapped over and falls inbounds. Point Greeneview. She's very good at going up and directing the ball to where someone's not. As she goes up, she can tell where the players are not, and she can direct the ball left, right, down to where the not player is. She's very good at that. Bloom serves. Sounds like she should be working at a florist shop. All right. Point by Miami Trace, 19-17. Back to serve is the libero, Sydney Carter. Ball played up by Greeneview, tapped over, into the net, up but not over. And point again by Miami Trace, 20-17. 3-point lead. Again, once you get to 20, it's about 85% of the time the first team to 20 wins the game.
But that point was by Greeneview, wasn't it?
Yes.
Not Miami Trace.
No, if I said that, I mean, I said Miami Trace hit it, but not over the net, and Greeneview got the point.
Got to get some perspiration off the floor.
And Greeneview has 20, and usually they always say it's 85%. If you get to the 20 before the other team, that team wins. Not always. I've seen them come back.
Right.
But the closer you are to 25, the harder it is to come back when you're behind. Served over. Miami Trace attacks, brought it down, set by Greeneview, attacked, brought back by Miami Trace, set up, attacked, and down. Nice attack by Cecilia Robinson, playing left front. And I think Cecilia is now going back to serve. And then for those, again, that don't know volleyball a lot, you can be front right, but when the ball's up, come over and play the left front. You can move anywhere you want once the ball's served.
So was that an ace?
That was an ace by.
Is that what I'm supposed to say if I'm a color guy?
That's it. Cecilia Robinson. Come on, color guy. Do your job. And brought up by Greeneview. And we have a tied score.
Block.
Ball smacked right into the net, and we have a score. They were behind by 20-17. Now it is 20-20.
So it's the Panthers that are rolling now.
They are. They're at 20, so now it's anybody's game. First team to 5. Tapped over, saved by Miami Trace. Set over, and out of bounds by Greeneview. Miami Trace takes a 1-point lead.
Hanging by a thread here.
This is their game to win. It's like every other game, it seems like, and it's their turn. They have a 1-point lead, 4 points to win. Brought back up, set over. Attacked and down.
Nice.
Yazel, nice attack. Oh, excuse me, Lauren Ferens. I apologize for that.
So the Panthers have gotten their second wind here. They're trying to break this
22-20.
1-1 log jam.
Yazel's 12, Ferens 11. Block, back over. Miami Trace sets. Attacks off the block, out of bounds. Point, Miami Trace, 23-20. Now they're in the catbird seat.
You said you could come back possibly,
yes,
which it's not impossible.
Well, again, the closer you are, the better chance you got coming back. If it's 20-12, it's going to be hard.
Right.
20-17, it's a little easier, but not that easy. But Miami Trace is a very good team.
Yes, they are. But so is Greeneview.
And 4 hits, did not get it over the net. 23-21, Greeneview got the point and now have the serve. And back to serve is number 2, Allie Truman. It's not like she could be president.
You think?
And attack, but out of bounds. I don't think there was a touch. I don't see a mark. Nope. I said no, and it was no. And now back to serve for Miami Trace is Kylie Yazel.
Is this for the win?
This is game point for the win. And again, game point, not match point.
Yes.
And balled back to Miami Trace. Attack into the net. And 22-24, Greeneview is still alive. It's, again, if she serves in the net or out of bounds, game over for Miami Trace. This is an important serve. You've got to get a good serve to the other team. And she does. Miami Trace set. Attack off the block, on the ground. And Miami Trace comes back with the win, as I called. 25-22. Miami Trace leads 2-1 in the match.
So what do we have coming up on Friday, August the 25th at 6:30, Joe?
I think a football game.
No, between what football teams?
Miami Trace Panthers and the Wilmington Hurricanes.
So coming from Clinton County into Fayette County to face
a big win
their
coming this way.
cross-county rivals. Wilmington out of the Southern, it's SBAAC.
Right.
And, of course, Miami Trace out of the FAC. Both teams undefeated, both 1-0, both had great starts to start their football season.
Again, Wilmington looked very good. Talking to people, I did not see the game, but talking to people said they looked very good. Their quarterback threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 1. They seemed to be an exciting team this year.
Well, they were last year.
And those players came back.
Right. They had 2 of the top running backs. I think they were 2 out of the top 3. They had positions 1 and 3.
And Miami Trace is always a good football team.
Right. Yeah, they're very consistent.
So I'm looking for Friday night a down to the wire game.
Yeah.
You're predicting I would be shocked if either team won it like 28-7.
So are you watching that on your stream or what?
Yeah, I'll be watching it on your stream. Tell me about it, Rick.
And of course, all Campus Nation games are free, so you don't have to subscribe. We'd like you to like and subscribe, obviously,
Right.
but you're not paying any money.
No, but if you would like to become a sponsor, not a sponsor,
Sponsor?
Was
Yeah,
that what?
you can be a sponsor.
well, but what's the one called? The $5 one. You're called a.
You mean a patron?
Yes. If you want to become a patron of Miami Trace, we're doing their home schedule this year, and we're also doing Greeneview. But if you want to become a patron, $25 for one game. Your name will be mentioned 4 times on air
As a patron.
And we'll say,
We also have the regular 20, 30-second ads for businesses, but
Right.
even businesses can be patrons.
Even businesses can be patrons.
Yeah,
You get a
imagine
20, and all thing we do is say your name. You are a patron of the game, and you get. And if you become you do all the games or many games,
You get all kinds of discounts.
you get discounts.
Right.
Depending on how many games you want to be a patron of.
Everybody likes discounts, Joe.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that girl should be playing.
She
volleyball.
played here. She played here. The tall one.
She's graduated. That girl is tall. Yeah.
She was a very good volleyball player
Was
and
she?
basketball player. Yeah.
Not as good as a basketball player
And
as
she
you
loved
were.
my officiating.
She loved your officiating. Of course she did, Joe.
All right, we're getting ready for game
4.
4?
4.
I should say 3.
No, 3.
2-1, game 4, because Rick jinxed us. And here goes the serve.
I said it was probably going to be 5 games, Joe.
Oh, 3 hits over the net to Miami Trace. And, another downward attack. Miami Trace up. Set over the net. And tapped over the net. And point. Again, hit into the middle of that circle of players. First point of the game goes to Greeneview. Again, if they use both hands and just throw it over the net, so to speak, that's a set
Our camera
over.
that's up in the stands that's down the net, someone must be up there tromping around because it's vibrating.
Vibrating. And over to the Greeneview side. And tapped over, hits the net, rolls down the net, and falls down. Very hard to replay that ball. You can't blame a player for not being able to play that ball. But if they use both hands to get the ball over, it's a set the ball over. If they tap it over with just one, that's a tap over. And if they hit it hard with their arm and attack it with that's an attack over the net. And saved by Miami Trace. Set over to the middle. And point for Miami Trace.
It's been, and I think it was a basketball game that we did. We're going to have Jenna come over, you interview her after the.
Glad to.
Yeah. Find out how the JV team that she coaches is doing.
Oh, ball goes up. The setter runs all the way over to the ball, gets there, and just stops and lets it hit. It's like she was a thing. Are you going to hit the ball? If you run that far to play the ball, play the ball. I always tell everybody, there's nothing about being courteous in volleyball.
No.
You play the ball. Don't be, you can hit it. No, you hit it. Serve and ricocheted off of a player for a point for Miami Trace. 3-2 lead for Miami Trace in the 4th game. Last time Greeneview started the game by serving, they scored like 4 unanswered points. This time it's a little different.
Right.
Tapped over the net. Greeneview attacked by Miami Trace and down. Point by Riley Vincent for Miami Trace.
I thought that he pointed towards Greeneview. Now he's pointing towards Trace.
He points down.
Oh, okay. To the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and should be 4 hits, yes. Ball hit the top of the net, came back. Excuse me. Sorry, I tried to block that. And
scared half our audience.
Cecilia Robinson is serving. Tapped over. Set. Over. And off of Greeneview, out of bounds.
Good catch by a fan from
Play.
Greeneview in the stands.
Point Miami Trace. Now, what was the last question you asked me? I had something I wanted to respond to that, and then I sneezed and I blew it right out of my head.
We were going to interview Jenna.
I was after that.
Oh, I don't know.
It was something about the game.
I have no idea.
And a nice serve, died over the net, hit the ground, and point for Cecilia Robinson.
We got a timeout.
Timeout by Greeneview, trailing 7-2 to Miami Trace. I know one thing I was getting ready to say was, right now, Miami Trace is playing hard because they know, hey, we want to win this game before it goes to 5. We don't want it to go to 5 and give them a chance.
Right.
And Greeneview's trying to stay alive, so they're playing hard to stay alive. Which team is playing?
They're both intense.
Miami. I mean, the only thing in Greeneview's way is Miami Trace could. I mean, I don't want to say in Greeneview's, but really in Miami Trace's way, they could lose this game and still win the match. So Greeneview, they've got to win this game or it's over.
That's right. Yeah.
But right now, Miami Trace is
they're
saying,
in the driver's seat.
Right. Miami Trace is playing like, hey, it's our game. You come and get it because 7-2, and they're playing to win right now, and they're playing very well.
And they're serving up 7-2 in the fourth.
And serve over. Brought back to Miami Trace side. Up, attack. Over the net. Wow, that was a save.
Just cleared.
Attack, saved. And attacked by Aaron. Attacked by Miami Trace. And she can play the ball. Levin went up to block the ball for Greeneview, Emma Hassad, and she went up and blocked it. And when it came down, she was set. All thing she had to do was reach out and play the ball, but she let it go down. I don't know if she lost sight of the ball, but if you block it, you can still hit the ball. It's not a double hit. A block is not considered a hit. Ball was attacked by Greeneview and down, so now it's 8-3. They're back within 5 of Miami Trace.
You're listening to Campus Nation, the Internet Sports Authority. We have 2 cameras here today. Some great looks of this match, this game set.
Well, great looks, but without seeing me. Attack again by Lauren Behrens.
And that voice is the voice, Joe Davis of Campus Nation.
The voice of Campus
and
Nation.
And Rick Phillips, yours truly here.
Football.
I try to add some color when I can.
Yeah, which isn't often. Toby hits it over. Attacked. Brought up. Saved. Can she get it all the way over? She does.
Good save.
Nice. Not sort of mishit, but went over the net. And Miami and Greeneview goes up and just taps the ball over the block, and the back row could not come up and save it. 4 points, so it's now 9-4. And oh no. Claire Toby back to serve. Nice serve over. And nice attack down the line by Allison Carter.
Remind me the next time that we do any broadcasts that I bring all our schedule of all games.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Now, we're trying to finish up a few holes that we have in the schedule.
Oh, I thought you was going to fix some holes in your head, but. And tapped over and tried to be saved by Greeneview, but not. I know that I can't say anything about the schedules because every time I'd get a schedule,
they're different.
You'd call me back and say, "Oh, the schedule's changed. The schedule's changed."
Well, it's in flux right now.
And
it's
I'd have
fluid.
to go back into my calendar and change. I don't even know if my calendar's right.
It's as we say, it's fluid and in the net.
Serve into the net again.
Right. 4th time.
And I'm not going to say nobody over here has served in the net, but it doesn't seem like Greeneview has served into the net
not served in the net
as much as Miami has.
4 times for the Panthers.
serve over, tapped over, ball's up, Miami Trace side, and
Blocked.
she jumps up and hits it into the net. And
Yeah, it wasn't actually blocked, was it?
no, she jumped up and attacked it and right into the net. So 11-6, Greeneview trails. Aaron serves for Greeneview. Tapped over by Miami Trace. Attacked by Greeneview.
Oh,
And
missed it.
Ball went up toward the net, and she knows she can't hit the net, so she timidly goes after the ball, so she doesn't hit the net and then usually miss the ball when you do that.
Trace ups by 4, so still have a 4-point lead
It's
here.
the gambling numbers 11-7.
7-11, 11-7, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And brought to the front row. Tapped over. Set. Oh, tried to tap it over back and got 4 hits by Greeneview. And score is now 12-7 by Miami Trace. It's funny, though, a lot of times it seems like early in the game, the team will get ahead, but the team will come back. Then you get to this point, and it just seems like you stay right there all, to the end a little bit. That 4-point spread will stay there for a while, seems like me. Oh, ball went up, and everybody played back, and by the time number 13 realized nobody's playing the ball, she went up, and it was too late. Timeout, Greeneview. And in volleyball, I see that a lot, where a ball goes high, very playable by anybody, but everybody gets back expecting someone to play that ball, and nobody plays
No
it.
one's there. Yeah. This Friday night, high school football, 6:30. We're on the air. We have a half an hour pregame. Normally, last year and most of the years before 15 minutes, but we're doing 30 minutes now.
More time for them to hear my voice.
That's right. August the 25th, this Friday at 6:30, Miami Trace will host the Wilmington Hurricane on Campus Nation. The Internet Sports Authority. Joe Davis, you're going to be doing some play-by-play.
Some.
Yeah. And I think Cody is coming up at halftime. Going to talk to you about Cedarville baseball and
cool.
whatever other stuff that he might want to bring up here. Cody, of course, is here at Miami Trace. He's a teacher.
Yes. And was baseball coach at Cedarville.
Oh, he still is.
Well, was till next year.
Well, that's right. And you can see all those baseball games on Campus Nation.
And I refereed a volleyball game the other day for Cedarville, and his one of the players' mothers was the coach. One of the baseball players for Cedarville's players.
Right.
That ball's attacked out of bounds by Miami Trace. Score is now 13-9. Greeneview trails by 4. Back to serve for Greeneview is Bailey Bloom, the florist.
The florist.
Oh, saved by Bloom on that play. Tapped over by Allie. Bloom sets. Tapped over and down off of a Miami Trace player. So we got a game that's now 11-10. Drank a drink in my voice.
You know, we did a game. We did 2 games at Wittenberg, or tried to do 2 games. We did 2 games from Wittenberg, and we also did 1 from UC, Marge Schott Field out there. And you can see this on Campus Nation.
And if you follow Ohio State club football, we've got a game at Denison, a game at Wittenberg, and a game at Miami Trace.
And a game, we're going to do Wright State up at Toledo, the Glass Bowl. We're going to travel there. It's a nice
ball's
stadium.
going over, but that was a very nice play by both teams, back and forth, and finally Miami Trace gets the point on that play. 14-10, high-flying WING.
Remember the Duck of Dayton?
The Duck of Dayton.
The Duck of Dayton.
Who was the morning show host for point? Did you notice the referee? I didn't even mean to do.
You've been doing this too long, Joe.
Oh, gosh, I gave the point to Miami Trace. It's like, oops.
15-10. This can be getting out of hand for
serve out of bounds again.
So the fifth, what we'll call unforced error on the part of the Panthers, giving 5 easy points in this array of games to.
Do you know who the announcer was for wing that was always?
Steve Kirk.
Steve Kirk.
His actual real name was Steve Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatrick, true.
Well, of course it's true, Joe.
I knew
know
it, though.
all this
I
stuff.
knew that.
I own the oldies radio station, WZAA in Jeffersonville,
I
Ohio.
thought Greeneview was in the game. The Greeneview girl turned around like, oh, I was in the net, and Miami Trace was called in the net. Ball up, nice block by Greeneview. Set, over, saved up, tapped, and hit out.
Long.
I thought that might have even been 4 points because one girl reached for the ball and the other girl hit it.
You mean 4 hits, not 4 points.
Did I say points? 4. I say that so many times. I wanted to say hits or something. I said points. 4
What
hits.
would you do without me
I
correcting
know
you,
it.
Joe? Huh?
Number 23, serving the Libero, Sydney Carter for Miami Trace. Ball attacked from the back row by Aaron. Attacked by Miami Trace by number 3, Robinson. Hit by Greeneview, Allie Truman, and ricocheted off a player in Miami Trace. And score is now 16-13, close game. Must win by Greeneview, and they needed win by Miami Trace. And, must have called block because it was in the net, but Greeneview was up to block. And ball tapped over into the middle of the circle.
Wasn't
point.
that sneaky?
Boy, over and just set it real quickly, and it was just higher than the net and just fell right down in the middle of everybody.
Caught
the point.
Panthers flat-footed there.
It did. 16. Everybody's getting back for the play,
right.
And here comes the ball. You know, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, you've got a player coming in for Miami Trace.
Number 11?
Number 11, Lauren Behrens. Served by Allie Truman. And ball tapped over by Miami Trace. Score 17-14.
Is it close when another nail-biter, Joe?
8 points from victory. We can make a little story about it.
Oh, 8 points is a lot of points.
I know it.
This game's going the way it is.
Serve, set. Attacked by Erin Gardner. She scores a lot of points over there for them. She hits the ball hard. And again, she's one of those 6-foot servers. Number 11 for Greeneview. Up. Tapped over. Tapped up. Over. Miami Trace side. Tapped over. Ooh, that might have been
out.
A lift. Out by Greeneview. Yes. Number 1. When she hit it up, she hit it flat like this. That's illegal. Illegal. That's called a lift. You cannot come under the ball like this and hit
with
the
your
ball.
palm open.
With the palm open.
Right.
It is a lift.
I could have told you that, Joe. I'm the color guy.
Hey. That's what you were supposed to say before I said it. Oh, and Aaron went up to hit that ball, but into the net. Not over. Oh, yeah, down. And 19-15, Miami Trace leads. Yeah, when he'll point and then down is, but he goes out a little bit with his down.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's confusing.
Tapped over by Greeneview. Hit over by Greeneview. Miami Trace keeps bringing it back. Aaron hits it over. Brought back by Miami Trace. And down. Nice attack. I believe that was by Riley Vincent. Nice attack. Point. 20-15. 5 points from victory. And Greeneview's 10 points away from 25. So. And what do we have again, Rick?
Number 6.
Into the net. Oh, that's a killer.
The Trace coaches are going to get on me
coaches
for
the coaches keep a stat on that.
I know they do. That's part of the stats. I'm just bringing them up.
All right, Toby served. Attack. And Point.
That was in.
This corner right over here seems to be left open a lot, and Miami Trace has been good at attacking
taking
this corner.
advantage of
yes.
it. Yeah. Campus Nation, the Sports Authority. Joe Davis, play-by-play, I guess you call it. I'm adding some color. The interesting points.
Yeah, something. Ball's up, tap.
Out.
Out. I'm not sure what's going. Out. Okay. See this. She doesn't tell.
She,
the ball hit
yeah,
the ground, and she's supposed to.
She sometimes doesn't. Yeah.
She'll watch, and then they'll say what, and she'll go, "Oh, it's I don't know."
Of course, I think a lot of these are probably volunteers' parents.
They are. They're parents, and some of them aren't volunteers. Their kids volunteered them, or the coach did.
Right. But we appreciate the volunteers.
Yes. That's how I got into refereeing. I had to do line judge for all my daughter's game. Nice bring back by Miami Trace into the circle. And 22-17. I line judged from junior high all the way through college for my daughter. So when I got done, I said, I might as well become an official now.
I'll make some money at it, right?
That's right.
That's it. There you go.
Brought back, set by Greeneview, up, attacked, off the block, saved by Greeneview. Miami Trace, brought up, attacked by Alley, saved, back row, attacked off the block, into Miami Trace territory, off the block, Greeneview has it set, attacked by Alley, she taps it over, brought up, set up, back row, but under the net. She went to hit it and hit it wrong.
She hit the bottom of her palm.
She went to hit it up and hit the bottom of it, and it went down.
That was a great rally, you know?
Yes. 23-17, fantastic rally. That was the word I was looking for earlier. I said good play by both teams. But you're the play-by-play guy.
I'm
you're
the color
guy.
Yeah.
You're supposed to come up with that.
That's right.
Attack by Alley. Attack by Miami Trace, but out of bounds.
That was out.
So now it's 23-18, trailing by 5. 7 points from the 25, while Miami Trace is only 2. So we're in that must-score area for Greeneview right now. A side out will give them game point. Greeneview needs to score to keep this game going. Oh,
tricky.
I might have called a double on that, but it was not called, and game point. When she said it, ball had a lot of roll. But I haven't seen any doubles called in this game, so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And where'd that ball go off the serve, Rick?
7 times where it went.
Into the net. 24-19.
I would say if there was any chance that Greeneview would come back and win all this, I would look at those errors because those were all unforced.
Unforced, yes. If they lose, that'd be the thing the reason they lost. Up, set, attack, off the net into the Miami territory. Set up, back row, push to the Miami Trace side. Up, attack, on the line. Let's see what she calls. She's going to call it out. Oh, wait a minute, no. She called it out, but the fans booed her, and she then pointed down.
So is it in or out, Joe?
It was close. It was close. I probably would have called it in, but she called it out. And then when the fans booed, she changed her mind. You can't go with what the fans say.
She's so nervous. That's poor woman.
And the referee's like, you called it out, then you called it in.
I know.
After the referee.
But she's not like a professional line judge.
My feeling on this play would be.
Play it over?
No, you can't play them over.
Oh, you're not allowed to
I
play
would call it out by her first call because you can't change your mind to the fans.
Okay. All right. So let's see what he does.
Unless he knew it.
That's it.
Game over. Well, I said ball was in. Yeah, that's what I called it in. And then she called it out. So I said that was the correct call. But Yeah, she was going by whatever the fans said. So you want to go over and get me somebody?
I will go over and see if Jenna wants to come over.
Okay.
I
don't know if he wanted to send a player over or.
I think I'm going to try Jenna because she hasn't been on broadcast for years.
I mean, he can send both. I mean, she could come over first and then them over after he talks to him.
Well, let me see what I can do.
All right. I'll stay here. If you guys pick one.
Jenna's going to be interviewing and then bring us your player.
I told Rick, I said, hey, you want to go get me a player to do after the game? He goes, okay, I'll go get Jenna.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Hello, Jenna.
Hello.
Introduce yourself to the people so they know who I'm talking to.
I'm Jenna Persinger. I'm the JV coach here at Miami Trace.
Miami Trace. And you teach?
I teach high school math here.
High school math.
Mm-hmm.
And you coached briefly at Wilmington. I
Did.
refereed you when you were over there.
That's right. I was there for 4 years, had a great experience, and I'm back home.
And I tell you what, the girls learned a lot from you.
Thank
because
you.
I ref Wilmington before you came in, and I saw a big difference in the program.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing against the coach before you, but the girls did seem to bring the level up a little bit. And then after you left, the games kept going, and I think a lot of that was because of how you taught them ahead of time. It helped the coach coming in. They didn't have to go down and bring somebody up. They got girls that already knew a lot about volleyball, so that was very good. How's your team doing over here? Your team, not the varsity, but your team.
My team, the JV team.
Yes.
We are 2-0, so we started out on Saturday and beat Waverly, and again Greeneview this evening. We've won both of our games in straight sets.
And your game did very well tonight. I mean, you
Thank
were
you.
in charge every game tonight. I noticed
agree.
they started out 4-3, and I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a close game. And then, boom, I knew Greeneview has a good volleyball reputation, and I know Coach Toby's very good.
Very good.
But these girls are coming up into their program, and so sometimes the reserve's not as good as the varsity at times in their programs. So, yeah, their JVs up to their varsity level yet, but they're usually very, very good
It's
team.
a very strong program and very well coached. I agree. And I know they've got some injuries, so I think they're dealing with some things right now, and they're down a few girls. But our JV girls are playing very strong right now. Coach Mace does a phenomenal job running this program and implementing everything that we do from the JV level up to the varsity. So my girls are getting intense training and training with varsity girls, and I think that's really helping us at the JV level.
You got to
kind of
teach
come
him
on
more
top.
because you got to teach him more because I asked him. I said, "How do you pronounce this?" He said, "Yeezel," and then somebody else said, "No, it's Yeezel." And he goes, "Oh," I said, "She's on your team, like a reserve player." And but anyway, I want you to give me a shout out for a couple of your players that are girls to watch, girls that are going to the varsity. You can tell they're going to be either later in this season could make it out, or next year they're going to be the girl to watch on the varsity. Who are some of the girls in your team that are doing very well?
I've got about 4 off the top of my head, even though I could give you great things about all
of
them.
them. I know it, and I'm not saying anything about the
Right.
others, but just like anything in sports, you've got some that rise to the top a little bit, and again, some of these girls you may not mention. As the season goes on, maybe some of those girls you're going to mention.
Right. So I've got my JV libero, Ava Shaw. She already pulls up and sits with the varsity team.
Well, now what grade is she in?
She is a sophomore.
Okay.
Okay, so she was my libero, runs my defense, excellent in the back row, does a great job reading where the ball's going to go. So she is preparing for that next level, and Coach Mace has her sitting on the bench in case he ever does need her during a game. She's ready. Then I would say my next is my freshman middle, Kaylin Stonerock. She's come in over the summer and just really kind of come out of her shell and come into her own and her game. So what she's doing as a freshman now on the JV team, in the next couple years, she'll definitely be ready to step up and take the spots that we're going to be losing. We won't graduate any middles this year at the varsity level, so she's got a couple years just to kind of find her own game, but I think she'll be ready to step up as soon as our middles graduate.
Good. Now, I've got the varsity game, and by watching now, again, I was telling Rick, we were here, I was blocked from numbers a lot. I'd say, Miami Trace hit the ball over, but I couldn't give a number. Some of the girls that did well on attacking the ball, especially on this side, it seemed like Lauren Ferrens right there. Kylie Yeazel seemed very good on the outside.
That's our setter.
But, okay, maybe I tell you what, I think it was her a couple times when I thought it was her.
Gotcha, yeah. Lauren Ferrens would
but
be
I think
our
a couple
outside,
times she did play the ball a couple times because it was a third hit.
Right. And then that would be our other outside.
Cecilia Robinson. I saw, number 3. Your back row, Sydney Carter, seemed, your libero, seemed to be playing very well.
Sydney runs the defense for the varsity team, and she does a phenomenal job back there.
And the only thing we talked about, we noticed your team needs to work on is serving into the net. I think we counted 8 serves into the net. It's like that. As a volleyball official, that's my pet peeve. It's like make them get the point. You serve in that, you give them the point. I don't like, as a player, as a coach, I don't like giving the team things.
I totally agree. We came out a little flat tonight. This was not making excuses, but this was our first game night of a school day.
Right.
So girls are going to take a little bit adjusting to that. We've got some young girls, so it's going to take them a little bit of getting into their routine and figuring out how they're going to be ready for game days after school. But
so I thought the varsity played very well tonight at times. And, again, you're playing a very good team. So they're going to bring out the bad part of you sometimes. If you're playing the weak team, even your bad things will get through sometimes.
Right. They had very strong servers, I think, and that really messed up our serve receive and
really
kept us from doing what we normally want to do with the ball.
But I thought Miami Trace did very well. I'm glad they're 2-0 now.
Yes.
So congratulations to
Thank
you and to them.
Thank
I'm going to talk to the little girl sitting behind you now.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll see you guys again.
Hey, Lauren. Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
I want to apologize to you right now because in the game a couple times, I was blocked by the stands, and you were over here attacking the ball. And then after everybody grouped, I looked over to see who hit the ball, and I gave the hit to Kylie. She's the setter.
Yeah.
Now, a couple times I think later she did hit the ball because it was third hit, and the setter was out, and so the ball came back up, and she attacked the ball. So, again, I saw her hitting the ball, but a couple of those hits, I went, nice hit for point by Kylie, and it was your point. So you played an excellent game, and I gave you a lot of heads up in that game. You played very well. How do you like being on the Miami Trace volleyball team?
It's definitely an honor, especially in our league.
It is very. What do you think of Coach Mace, the legend?
He is a legend. He deserves the name.
Yes. No, I thought you played very well. Tell me something about this game that stood out to you.
What really stood out to me is like how we were constantly going up and down, but we never just like let them get us.
Right. Good point. That's one thing we brought up over here, that the ball went back and forth, and many times, other than that one game, second game, Greeneview seemed to be up on that game. But the rest of the games, you got, no matter how many times it went back and forth, it seemed like you guys kept it alive enough that you guys got the point.
Yes, we did. Yep.
Anything else you want to bring out about the game? What did you think about Greeneview?
They're definitely a good team. Last year, I didn't really see much. Now this year, like, there's been a lot of improvement. Came into this game like thinking that it was going to be a lot easier, and
You know who you play next?
I'm pretty sure we play Madison Plains.
Madison Plains. You know anything about Madison Plains team volleyball?
Not really.
Okay. And but you're going to come out on top of that one, right?
Yes, we
Okay.
will.
Now, you are the left. Is your position left hitter?
Yes, it is.
Left front. Okay, left hitter. I referee volleyball, so I know a little about spots. But I mean, I noticed a lot of times when you hit the ball, you were right here. I didn't remember. I thought I remember you hitting the ball once over there, but maybe not. That might have been really Yezo when the ball went over that side and she had to play it back over. But did you remember ever hitting the ball over there?
Yeah, because in serve receive, I'm back, and then I pull up just for one ball,
Okay.
and then go back to the
That's
spot.
it. Okay, so because I thought she was left front, but then you're hitting the ball over there. It was throwing me aside. When I'm not up there, I can't see that thing. So
Yeah.
when I'm down here, but so I thought you were left front. You play the ball very well up there.
Thank
I
you.
got to give you that. You know where the ball's coming, and you play the ball excellent. And you hit that corner right over. You were hitting right over there very well, where they weren't. And their back row seemed to be playing. And I think you noticed, hey, that's open, and
Yeah.
you kept hitting it and kept hitting it. I thought you played very well.
Yeah, the main thing was like push them deep. They go out there, then you push them in the middle of the court. They go back to the middle.
And who taught you that?
Coach Mace.
Coach Mace, the legend. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming and talking to us tonight, and congratulate you on the win, and look forward to you guys winning more. I'm not going to be able to be play-by-play the rest. Rick's going to be doing a lot of games. Hopefully we'll have somebody else over here. But I referee, so the rest of the season I'll be refereeing volleyball. But I want to hope wish you guys the luck the rest of the way through.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, John.
Yep, he's there.
Yeah, he's over there right now. So anyway, we'll see if we can get the coach to come over. The legend. All right, it's fine. It's hard when you're a legend, isn't it, Joe? Because we know you are.
Okay, there you go. Just hand me this. Appreciate having you here. I'll talk to Chloe. I'll keep talking to her.
Right.
I was talking to your little girl here, Lauren,
Yes.
and I asked her, how's it like to play for Coach Mace? And she goes, oh, I'm just so glad. And I said, the legend. She goes, yes, he's the legend. You are known as the legend.
There
over
we
here.
go. We heard it first.
How
right
many
here.
years have you coached Miami Trace? Do you
This
know?
is, I think, my 8th season.
8th season? I would have
Yeah.
said 14 if you'd asked
Yeah.
me, because it seemed like you've been over here forever. I mean, I've refereed Miami Trace for right at 24 years, and it seems like for me it's like you've always been over here, it seems to me. But
Not quite that long, but yeah.
not quite that long, but yeah, I know you've been over
towards
for you, and you, I told Rick before this game was going to be played, I said, this is going to be a very good game. I said, because one, I know Jan Toby, and I know Greeneview's always got a good volleyball team, and she brings out a good team.
Yes, she does.
And then I've never known you to have a really off year. You may have an off year, but your off year is other teams' great year sometimes. So I said this is going to be two good teams going at each other early in the season. And unfortunately, one of the teams has to have their first loss of the year, and you made sure it wasn't you guys.
Yeah, we were fortunate we're here at home and were able to get the win. And Jen does a terrific job with her program.
But and your girl was telling me, yeah, I said, you guys got a lot of good hits for one thing, bringing it back row or hitting the side. And she goes, yes, that was our plan, to pull him up, and then hit it back. And I said, who taught you that? Coach Mays taught it. So she.
Yeah, they give me too much credit then.
And Jenna gave you a lot of credit too. I got to admit that. She said the same thing.
And you know, I was talking to Jan before the program or match started tonight, and she's dealing with some kids that have injuries.
Yeah, she had 2 girls when we was going down there. Oh, she's not playing. She's not playing. So that hurts a team sometimes.
That kind of, you know, and you could see it with the way both teams are playing. There was a couple times where, boy, if you had one of those kids out there, I think it would have anchored us a little better.
And I think there was a girl playing back row one time because a lot of points back here when she was playing back middle, and there was nothing over here. And I think she's playing the position because
it's a little uncomfortable.
Because somebody that was injured that's normally there, and you can't, discredit that girl for playing.
Oh,
when she's like doing her best, not playing where she's technically supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's like who wants to fill in, and so.
Yeah, because she only had 8 players available tonight.
Is that all she had tonight?
Yeah.
I had the sheet here, and she goes, "Oh, this girl." I can't remember now which ones, but I think this girl was not playing, and maybe this girl was not playing. And again, I don't know what position they play and stuff, but a lot of times if one of them's one of their best back row players, and she's out, somebody
hurts.
Yeah, that takes. You got a player that's maybe normally a front row player that's got to stay in and play all the way around, and she's not a back row player, so and doing the best they can. Talk to me about your program. Where do you think it's going to go this year? Give me an estimate. What do you think your final record is going to be?
Oh, well, I'm not real sure. I hope we win more than we lose. I think we'll be competitive in most of our matches. Again, when you watch what we put the kids we were going with tonight, anyway, the majority they were sophomores and freshmen. Mm-hmm. We had one junior that we were mostly going with, and so we're going to have that roller coaster a little bit. We don't have a whole lot of varsity experience.
Right. They're good, but they're not varsity experience. That's the difference, yes.
They're learning on the fly how to play against, and we're not real tall, so we're learning on the fly how to play.
Yeah, we were talking about that tonight, about their height against your team, and that was something that was hurting your team at times.
Yes.
Because they had 3 girls around 6 feet tall at the front.
Big, yeah. So it's for our kids, some of them it might be the first time they're really seeing that a lot of times, so they got to learn to be able to adjust and that kind of stuff.
Who do you feel is going to be your biggest fighting for the league championship this year?
Chillicothe.
Yeah.
See,
I don't know.
I believe, that
I don't referee this league very much. I mean, I do U times. I do Hillsboro. I've done Greenfield already, and I sometimes will do Courthouse, but I don't know the team south now. I'm now in your league as far as your assigner.
Okay.
So he might send me to Chillicothe now. And at first he was sending me up here. I said, no, I'll go to Chillicothe, and I'll go to I don't think they're in your league, but the team up 62 toward out of Courthouse.
Leesburg?
Westfall.
Westfall, okay, yeah.
And I told him I'd go to Westfall because when I first became a referee, I went to Westfall. Yeah. And from Wilmington to Westfall is not really that far. But from when I was working in Lebanon, that was a little haul to get there in time. So I didn't go south. I didn't go to Chillicothe. I didn't go there. And I didn't go to you guys very often because it's 25, 30 miles from Wilmington, and then you got to add another 20 miles here. And it wasn't the distance; it was just the time getting there after I work and getting here in time to do the game.
There's no easy route.
Oh no,
no easy route. Here.
So I'll ask you. I asked her this for her team. Who are the girls you're going to tell people you think's going to the girl to watch? Who are your girls to watch?
Lauren Farron, our sophomore, and Cecilia both.
And she was the one that came talk to me, and
yes.
she was an attack girl at the front.
She
was
had a real good
very
night
good. We mentioned that. Unfortunately, I told her I said Kylie Yazel a couple times because I was blocked by the stand, and then when they got together after the point, I'm looking to see who I thought got the point. And I said, oh, it looks like Yazel. Everybody's patting her on the back. Well, she patted her on the back probably because she was the setter on that play. And I didn't realize that at the time. And so I think early in the game I started thinking it was her, and it was her that got the point, not her. So I credited online Kylie instead of Lauren. But I knew later. I found out it was Lauren, and she was doing very well. I mean, she was an attack girl, and she was hitting the spot. She knew where they weren't, and she hit. That's the key. You can hit it hard, but you hit it hard where you want to hit it. It seemed like she was doing that. But in your the ones I said was, excuse me, I see her team. Your back row, Sydney Carter. She seemed to be doing very well.
And Sydney was our Libero player. She's a junior. She's been our starting Libero player last year and this year, and she was started for us in varsity both as a setter and defensive player for us your freshman year. So
and the other one was Cecilia Robinson.
Yeah,
she seemed to be
Cecilia's really good, especially just all over the floor and passing the ball. So we know we got to have her. You know, she's a big part of it. And
but all in all, every girl out there seemed to be doing very well. I mean, it's hard to really point any one girl over other girls because your program is good. All the girls know how to play volleyball.
Well, when the style of play we're doing, we're not able. We went with Lauren a lot tonight just because it was set up for us. But you know, it's more of our system this year with these kids is more of a share everything with everybody.
Right.
Know, everybody's involved with the pass and serve. Everybody's involved.
It's not like a lot of years where you got that one, like East Clinton last year. You played one girl from East Clinton.
Or just
they hit the other girls, but probably 75% of their sets were going to her.
Yeah.
You're not doing. You're going to spread the wealth around to the middle, the left, the right.
Yeah, we have to. You know,
it's right a back row attack.
You know, maybe when we get a couple kids healthy and later on down the season, that might change a little bit. But for the group we're putting on the floor
until
right
somebody
now,
steps up and says, "I'm the one to go to."
We got to do a really good job of keeping everybody involved.